Toby and the Stout Gentleman. Toby is a tram engine. He is short and sturdy. He has cowcatchers and side plates, and he doesn't look like a steam engine at all. He takes trucks from farms and factories to the main line, and the big engines take them to London and elsewhere. His tram line runs along roads and through fields and villages. Toby rings his bell cheerfully to everyone he meets. He has a coach called Henrietta, who has seen better days. She complains because she has few passengers. Toby is attached to Henrietta and always takes her with him, as he says,
"Well, you never know. She might come in useful one day."
But Henrietta is never very happy.
"It's not fair. It's not fair at all. Just look at all those buses full of passengers, and I've got none. I remember the day when I used to be full of passengers and have 9 trucks following behind me, but now there are only 3.
Sad, because now the farms and factories sent their goods mostly by lorry. Toby is always careful on the road. The cars, buses and lorries often have accidents. Toby hasn't had an accident for years, but the buses are crowded and Henrietta is empty. It puzzles Toby.
"I can't understand it. I can't understand it."
People come to see Toby, and they come by bus and stare at him and laugh and say, "Oh, isn't he quaint? Oh, yes, isn't he quaint?" They make Toby cross. One day, a car stopped close by, and a little boy jumped out and called to his sister, "Come on, Bridget! Come on, Bridget! Come on!" And together they ran across to Toby. 2 ladies and a stout gentleman followed. The gentleman looked important, but nice. The children ran back.
"Oh, come on, Grandfather! Oh, come, Grandfather! Do look at this engine!"
And seizing his hands, they almost dragged him along. The stout gentleman said, "Well, well, 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 that's a tram engine, Stephen, a tram engine."
"Oh, may we go in it, Grandfather? Oh, please, may we go in, please?"
"Oh, very well, all right." And the stout gentleman and his family went for a ride to the junction. There they waited for Toby to take them back to their car. And the stout gentleman said to Toby, "By the way, what is your name?"
"Oh, Toby, sir."
"Oh, Toby, is it? Well, thank you, Toby. Thank you very much for a very nice ride."
"Thank you, sir. Thank you very much indeed, sir."
And Toby said to himself,
"Now, this gentleman is a gentleman who knows how to speak to engines."
The children came every day for a fortnight. Sometimes they rode with the guard, sometimes in empty trucks, and on the last day of all, the driver invited them into his cab. All were sorry when they had to go away. Stephen and Bridget said, Thank you very much indeed," to Toby, his driver, his fireman, and the guard. The stout gentleman gave them all a present, and Toby said,
"Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed." "Yes. Don't forget, come again soon."
"Oh, we will. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
And they waved until Toby was out of sight. The months passed. Toby had very few trucks and fewer passengers, and Toby's driver said to him, "Well, this is our last day, Toby. The manager says we must close tomorrow." And Toby puffed very sadly to his shed.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear.
And he went off unhappily to sleep. Next morning the shed doors were flung open, and Toby woke with a start to see his fireman dancing a jig outside. The driver was very excited and waving a piece of paper. "Wake up, Toby, me boy! Wake up and listen to this! It's a letter from the stout gentleman." Toby listened. But I mustn't tell you any more, or I will spoil the next story. Thomas in Trouble. There is a line to a quarry at the end of Thomas's branch. It goes for some distance along the road. Thomas was always very careful here. One morning there was no one on the road, but a large policeman was sitting on the grass close to the line. He was shaking a stone from his boot. Thomas liked policemen. He had been a great friend of the constable who used to live in the village but had just retired. Thomas expected that the new constable would be friendly too, and he called out to him, "Good morning, good morning, good morning." The policeman jumped and dropped his boot. He scrambled up and hopped round on one leg till he was facing Thomas. Thomas was sorry to see that he didn't look friendly at all. He was red in the face and very cross, and he was wobbling about, trying to keep his balance. And he said to Thomas,
"It's disgraceful. It's disgraceful. That's what it is. I didn't sleep a wink last night, it was so quiet, and now a blinking engine comes whistling suddenly right behind me. My first day in the country too. Wish I'd never been transferred."
And he picked up his boot and hopped over to Thomas. Thomas said,
"Well, I'm very sorry, sir. I only said good morning."
The policeman grunted, and leaning against Thomas's buffer, he put his boot on. And then he drew himself up and pointed to Thomas.
"Aha! Aha! Where's your cowcatcher then, eh? Where's your cowcatcher, huh?"
"Oh, please, sir, I don't catch cows, sir."
"Don't you try to be funny with me, young fella, me lad. Now, let's see."
And he took out his notebook and he looked at Thomas's wheels.
Aha! Aha! No side plates either. No side plates and no cowcatcher. Engines going on public roads must have their wheels covered and a cowcatcher in front. And you haven't. Ha ha! And so you are dangerous to the public. So there."
Thomas's driver said, "Oh, look, that's rubbish, Constable. We've been along here hundreds of times and never had an accident."
"Oh, have you? Then that makes it worse, don't it? I'll just have to make a note of that. A regular lawbreaker. That's what you are. A regular lawbreaker. I shall report this."
Thomas puffed slowly away.
Shh, shh, shh.
The fat controller was having breakfast when the telephone rang.
Oh, bother that telephone.
And he said to his wife,
I'll be back in a minute. Oh, dear, 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 dear.
But when he came back, he said,
Oh, bother. I'm sorry, my dear, but Thomas is in trouble with the police. I must go down at once.
He gulped down his coffee and hurried from the room. The policeman was waiting at the station. The fat controller spoke to him at once, and a crowd collected. Other policemen came to see what was happening, and the fat controller argued with them too, but it was no good. The policeman said
that the law is the law, and that's that and all about it.
The fat controller felt exhausted. He mopped his face and said to Thomas's driver,
I'm sorry, driver. Oh dear, it's no use arguing with policemen. We will have to make one of those cow-catcher things for Thomas, I suppose.
Thomas was horrified. Everyone will laugh, sir. They'll say that I look like a tram.
Eh? What? Like a tram? Why, yes. Well done, Thomas. Why didn't I think of that before? We want a tram engine. Now, when I was on my holiday, I met a nice little engine called Toby. Now, he hasn't enough work to do and needs a change. I'll write to his controller at once.
A few days later, Toby arrived, and the fat controller said to him,
Well done, Toby, that's a good engine. I see you've brought Henrietta with you.
Oh, you don't mind, sir, do you? But the station master wanted to use her as a hen house, and that would never do, sir, would it?
Oh, no, indeed it wouldn't. We couldn't allow that.
Toby made the trucks behave even better than Thomas did. At first, Thomas was jealous, but he was so pleased when Toby rang his bell and made the policeman jump that they have been firm friends ever since. Dirty objects. Toby and Henrietta take the workmen to the quarry every morning. At the junction, they often meet James. Toby and Henrietta were shabby when they first came and needed new paint. James was very rude about them. Ugh, what dirty objects! What dirty objects! At last, Toby lost his patience.
You're James. Why are you red then,
I'm a splendid engine, you see, ready for anything. You never see my paint dirty. Oh, no.
Oh, that's why you once needed bootlaces to be ready, I suppose,
James went redder than ever and snorted off. At the end of the line, James left his coaches and got ready for his next train. It was a slow goods, stopping at every station to pick up and set down trucks. James hated slow goods trains. Dirty trucks from dirty sidings. I hate them. I do, there you are. Starting with only a few trucks, he picked up more and more trucks at each station till he had a long train. At first, the trucks behaved well, but James bumped them so crossly that they determined to pay him out. Presently, rumbling over the viaduct, they approached the top of Gordon's Hill. Heavy goods trains halt here to pin down their brakes. James had had an accident with trucks before and should have remembered this. His driver called to him,
Wait, James, wait!
But James wouldn't wait. He was too busy thinking what he would say to Toby when they next met. All too late, he saw where he was, and he tried to stop. The trucks saw their chance and started to laugh and shout, "Ha ha ha ha!" And banging their buffers, they pushed him down the hill. The guard tightened his brakes until they screamed, and the trucks shouted, "Oh, oh, 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 oh!" James was frightened. "I've got to stop! I've got to stop! I've got to stop! I've got to stop!" And setting his brakes, he managed to check the truck's mad rush, but they were still going much too fast to stop in time. Through the station they thundered and lurched into the yard. James said, "Oh! Oh! Oh!" and shut his eyes. There was a bursting crash, and something sticky splashed all over him. He had run into 2 tar wagons and was black from smoke box to cab. James was more dirty than hurt, but the tar wagons and some of the trucks were all to pieces. The breakdown train was in the yard, and they soon tidied up the mess. Toby and Percy were sent to help, and came as quickly as they could. And Toby said to Percy,
Look here, Percy. Whatever is that dirty object there? Any idea?
"Oh, that's James, Toby. Didn't you know?"
No, it's James's shape, all right. But James is a splendid red engine, and you never see his paint dirty, do you? Never James dirty, eh?"
James shut his eyes and pretended he hadn't heard. They cleared away the unhurt trucks and helped James home. The fat controller was there to meet them. "Well done, Percy. Well done, Toby. And now you, James. Really. Fancy letting your trucks run away like that. I'm surprised. You're not fit to be seen. You must be cleaned at once. And Toby shall have a coat of paint. Chocolate and blue, I think."
"Oh, thank you, sir. And please, sir, can Henrietta have a coat of paint too?"
"Certainly, Toby, certainly. She shall be brown, like Annie and Clarabelle."
"Oh, thank you, sir. She will be pleased."
And Toby ran home happily to tell her the news. Mrs. Kindly's Christmas. It was nearly Christmas. Annie and Clarabelle were packed full of people and parcels. Thomas was having very hard work pulling them. "Come on, come on! Come on, come on!" The coaches grumbled and were feeling so full. "We're feeling so full. We're feeling so full. We're feeling so full." Thomas looked at the hill ahead. "Can I do it? Can I do it? Can I do it? Can I do it?" Suddenly he saw a handkerchief waving from a cottage window. He felt better at once. "Yes, I can. Oh, yes, I can. Oh, yes, I can. Shh, 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 shh. Oh, yes, I can. Shh, 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 shh." He pulled his hardest and was soon through the tunnel and resting in the station. Thomas's driver said to him, "That was Mrs. Kindly who waved to you, Thomas. She has to stay in bed all day."
"Oh, has she? Oh, poor lady. I am sorry for her. I am sorry."
Engines have heavy loads at Christmas time, but Thomas and Toby didn't mind the hard work when they saw Mrs. Kindly waving. But then it began to rain. It rained for days and days. Thomas didn't like it. Mrs. Kindly couldn't wave on wet days. But whether she waved or not, they always whistled when they passed the little lonely cottage. Its white walls stood out against the dark background of the hills. Then, one day, Thomas's fireman said, "Hello, look at that." The driver came across the cab.
"Ah, something's gone wrong there."
And there, hanging, flapping and bedraggled from a window of Mrs. Kindly's cottage, was something that looked like a large red flag.
"Mrs. Kindly needs help, I expect. Let's stop, Thomas."
And he put on the brakes, and Thomas gently stopped. The guard came squelching through the rain and mud up to Thomas's cab, and the driver pointed to the flag.
"See if there's a doctor on the train, and ask him to go to the cottage. Then walk back to the station and tell him that we've stopped."
The fireman went to see if the line was clear in front. 2 passengers left the train and climbed to the cottage. Then the fireman returned, and the driver said, "Well, I think we'll back down to the station so that Thomas can get a good start." But the fireman said, "We shan't get up that hill. Come and see what's happened." They walked along the line, round the bend, and the driver said,
"Whoa, Jiminy Christmas! Go back to the train. I'm going to the cottage."
He found the doctor with Mrs. Kindly.
"Are you all right, Mrs. Kindly?"
"Oh, yes, thank you. It was silly of me to faint, wasn't it? But you saw the red dressing gown hanging out of the window, didn't you? Are you all safe?"
"Oh, yes, thank you, ma'am. I've just come to thank you. You know what, doctor? There's a landslide in the cutting. Mrs. Kindly saw it from the window, and she stopped us. She saved our lives."
"God bless you, ma'am." And the driver went back to the train. They cleared the line by Christmas Day, and the sun shone as a special train puffed up from the junction. First came Toby, then Thomas with Annie and Clarabel, and last of all, but very pleased at being allowed to come, was Henrietta. The Fat Controller was there, and lots of other people who wanted to say thank you to Mrs. Kindly. The engines whistled and called out when they reached the cottage. "Happy Christmas! Happy Christmas! Happy Christmas!" The people got out and climbed to the cottage. Thomas and Toby wished they could go too. Mrs. Kindly's husband met them at the door. The Fat Controller, Thomas's driver, fireman and guard went upstairs to give her some presents. Mrs. Kindly was very pleased.
"Oh, you're very good to me. Very good indeed."
And the Fat Controller said,
The passengers and I hope that you will accept these tickets for the South Coast, Mrs. Kindly, and get really well in the sunshine. We cannot thank you enough for preventing an accident, a nasty accident. Now, I hope we've not tired you. Goodbye, and a happy Christmas."
Then, going quietly downstairs, they joined the group outside the window and sang some carols. Mrs. Kindly is now at Bournemouth, getting better every day, and Thomas and Toby are looking forward to the time when they can welcome her home. Off the Rails. Gordon was resting in a siding when Henry came by and said,
"Hello, fat face! Hello, fat face!"
Gordon was furious.
"What cheek! What cheek! That Henry is too big for his wheels. Fancy speaking to me like that. To me, who has never had an accident. Never, ever had an accident."
Percy was a bit puzzled. "Oh, but Gordon, aren't jammed whistles and burnt safety valves accidents?"
"No, indeed, they are not accidents. Not accidents. They're just high spirits. I mean, it might happen to any engine. But to come off the rails, well, I ask you, is it right? Is it decent,
A few days later, it was Henry's turn to take the express. Gordon watched him getting ready.
"Better be careful, Henry. You're not pulling the flying kipper now, you know. Mind you keep to the rails today, won't you, Fat face, shh, fat face, shh, fat face, shh, fat face, shh, 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 shh."
And Henry went on his way. But Gordon didn't care. He yawned and went off to sleep. But he didn't sleep long, because his driver came along and said, "Come on, wake up, Gordon. A special train's coming and we're to pull it."
A special train? Is it coaches or trucks?
"It's trucks."
"Oh, trucks. I don't like trucks."
They lit Gordon's fire and oiled him ready for the run. The fire was sulky and wouldn't burn, but they couldn't wait, so Edward pushed him onto the turntable to get him facing the right way. Gordon grumbled like anything. "I won't go, I won't go, I won't go." Edward said, "Don't be silly, don't be silly, don't be silly." Gordon tried hard, but he couldn't stop himself being moved. At last he was on the turntable. Edward was uncoupled and backed away, and Gordon's driver and fireman jumped down to turn him round. The movement had shaken Gordon's fire. It was now burning nicely and making steam. But Gordon was cross and didn't care what he did. He waited till the table was halfway round, and he said, "I'll show 'em. I'll show 'em." And he moved slowly forward. He only meant to go a little way, just far enough to jam the table and stop it turning as he'd done once before. But he couldn't stop himself, and he crashed through the side of the turntable and then through some wooden railings, and he slipped and slithered down a bank into a ditch. His wheels churned around in the mud.
"Oh, hey, my wheels are spinning. I can't get out. I can't get out. Oh, please get me out. Please get me out."
But his driver and fireman said, "No, not a hope, not a hope. You're stuck, you silly great engine, you silly great engine. Don't you understand that? Don't you understand that, They telephoned the Fat Controller, who said,
Yes, yes, yes. Oh, so Gordon didn't want to take the special and ran into a ditch. Oh, yes. What's that you say? The special's waiting? Well, tell Edward to take it, please. Yes. What, Gordon? Oh, leave him where he is. We haven't got time to bother about him now.
A family of frogs croaked at Gordon as he lay in the mud.
Gordon, 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 Gordon.
On the other side of the ditch, some little boys shouted out,
"Coo, doesn't he look silly? They'll never get him out."
and they began to sing.
Silly old Gordon fell in the ditch, fell in the ditch, fell in the ditch. Silly old Gordon fell in the ditch all on a Monday morning. Ha 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 ha!
Then the school bell rang, and they chased off down the road. Gordon was in a mess, and he said, and he blew away 3 tadpoles and an inquisitive newt. And Gordon lay in the ditch all day long, and he was very, very unhappy.
Oh dear, oh dear, I shall never get out. I shall never get out.
But that evening they brought floodlights. Then, with powerful jacks, they lifted Gordon and made a road of sleepers under his wheels to keep him from the mud. Strong wire ropes were fastened to his back, and James and Henry, pulling hard, at last managed to bring him to the rails. Late that night, Gordon crawled home, a sadder and a wiser engine. Autumn leaves. 2 men were cleaning Gordon. Gordon didn't like it.
Mind my eye, mind my eye. You've got your holes in my eye. Oh, stop it.
Oh, shut up, silly. Shut up. Here, Bert, did you ever see such mud? No, Alf, I never did. You ought to be ashamed, Gordon, giving us extra work like this.
The hosing and the scrubbing stopped. Gordon opened one eye, but shut it quickly. The fat controller came along.
Now, wake up, Gordon, and listen to me, will you? Now, look, you will pull no more coaches until you're a really useful engine. Understand that? A really useful engine. So there.
So Gordon had to spend his time pulling trucks, and he felt his position deeply.
Oh, goods trains. Goods trains. Oh, I ate goods trains. I ate them.
And he went up to the trucks and he banged them about, and they shouted out, "Oh, oh, 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 oh." James, who was watching all this, said, "It's no good going on like that, Gordon. Trucks will be trucks, you know."
Ah, well, not with me they won't. Not with me. Huh? I'll teach 'em. Go on.
And another truck scurried away.
Huh. They tried to push me down the hill this morning, James. It's slippery there. You'll probably need some help with the express, you know.
Me? Help? Ha! I don't need any help on hills. Gordon laughed and got ready for his next train. And James went away to take the express. Slippery hills indeed. I don't need help. Come on, you coaches. Come on. The coaches grumbled, all in good time, bubbled in good time, bubbled in good time, bubbled in good time. The train was soon running nicely, but a distant signal checked them close to Gordon's Hill. Gordon's Hill used to be bleak and bare. Strong winds from the sea made it hard to climb. Trees were planted to give shelter, and in summer the trains run through a leafy avenue. Now autumn had come, and dead leaves fell. The wind usually puffed them away, but today rain made them heavy, and they didn't move. The home signal showed clear, and James began to go faster. He started to climb the hill. Easy, do it, easy, do it, easy, do it, I'll easy, do it, I'll easy, do it, I'll easy, do it, I'll easy, do it. Halfway up, he was not so sure. I must do it, I must do it, I must do it, I must do it, I must do it. But try as he would, his wheels slipped on the leaves, and he couldn't pull the train at all. What's the matter? What's the matter? What's the matter? Matter. What's the matter? What's the matter? James's driver tried to calm him. Steady, old boy, steady. The train slowly stopped, for although James's wheels were turning forwards, the whole train started slipping down the hill. James shouted, "Help! Help! Help!" James's driver shut off steam, carefully put on the brakes, and skillfully stopped the train. The guard came along and poked his head into the cab. Know what? Back to the station and send for a banker. So they brought the train safely down. But Gordon, who had followed with the goods train, saw what had happened.
Hello, James. I thought you could climb hills.
All James could say was, he hadn't enough steam.
Ah, well, James, we live and learn, don't we? We live and learn. Never mind, little James. I'm going to push behind. Now look, whistle when you are ready,
So James waited till he had plenty of steam, and then he went,
Right, pull hard, James, pull hard. We'll do it. Pull hard, we'll do it. Shh, shh, we'll do it. Shh, shh, pull hard. Shh, shh, pull hard. Shh, shh.
Clouds of smoke and steam towered from the snorting engines as they struggled up the hill.
We can do it.
We will do it.
We can do it.
We will do it.
We can do it.
We will do it. The greasy rails sometimes made Gordon's wheels slip, but he never gave up, and presently they reached the top.
We've done it.
We've done it.
We've done it.
We've done it.
All right, James. Well, goodbye.
Goodbye, Gordon, and thank you very much indeed. Gordon watched the coaches wistfully till they were out of sight. Then slowly he trundled back to his waiting trucks. Down the mine. One day, Thomas was at the junction when Gordon shuffled in with some trucks. Thomas said, "Phew, what a funny smell. Can you smell a smell, Annie and Clarabelle?"
No, I can't smell a smell, Thomas.
Oh, no, I can't smell a smell, Thomas. Yes, it's a funny sort of smell, isn't it, Gordon?
Well, no one noticed it till you did. It must be yours.
It isn't. Annie, Clarabelle, do you know what I think it is? It's ditch water.
Ditch water?
Yes, ditch water. Goodbye. I'm off.
Shh, 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 shh. Annie and Clarabelle could hardly believe their ears. They kept telling Thomas,
You mustn't be rude. You make us ashamed.
Oh, you mustn't be rude. You make us ashamed.
But Thomas didn't care a bit. He just laughed.
Oh, that was funny, that was. That really was funny.
He felt very pleased with himself. Annie and Clarabel were deeply shocked. They had great respect for Gordon, the big engine. Thomas left the coaches at a station and went to a mine for some trucks. Long ago, miners digging for lead had made tunnels under the ground. Though strong enough to hold up trucks, their roofs could not bear the weight of engines. A large notice said, "Danger! Engines must not pass this board." Thomas had often been warned, but he didn't care. He'd often tried to pass the board, but he'd never succeeded, and he always used to say,
"Ha! Silly old board! Silly old board!"
This morning he laughed as he puffed along, and he made a plan. He had to push empty trucks into one siding and pull out full ones from another. His driver stopped him, and the fireman went to turn the points. The fireman waved,
Come on! Come on!
and then Thomas started. The driver leaned out of the cab to see where they were going, and then Thomas saw his chance. Right, now! And bumping the trucks fiercely, he jerked his driver off the footplate.
Hurrah! I've done it! I've done it!
And laughing like anything, Thomas followed the trucks into the siding, past the notice board. But suddenly there was a rumbling and a groaning, and the rails quivered. The fireman jumped clear just as the ground sank, and the rails sagged and broke, and Thomas dropped right down into the big hole that had suddenly appeared.
Oh, oh dear! Shh, shh! Oh, fire and smoke! Oh, oh, oh! Oh, oh! I'm sunk!
And he was. He could just see out of the hole, but he couldn't move.
Oh, oh dear! Oh dear! Oh, I am a silly little engine. No.
Yes, and a very naughty one too, Thomas. I saw you.
It was the Fat Controller.
Oh, please, sir, get me up, sir, and I won't be naughty again.
Well, I'm not so sure about that. We can't lift you out with the crane. The ground's not firm enough now. Let me see. I wonder if Gordon could pull you out.
Oh, Gordon, yes. Oh.
Thomas didn't want to meet Gordon just yet. When Gordon heard what had happened, he started to laugh.
Down a mine, is he? Oh, what a joke! What a joke! Down a mine.
And he went off to rescue Thomas.
What a joke! What a joke! Shh, 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 shh. Hello, little Thomas. Hey, you are in a mess, aren't you, eh? Never mind. We'll have you out in a couple of puffs.
But they didn't pull Thomas out in 2 puffs. Gordon was panting hard and nearly purple before he dragged Thomas out of the hole and safely past the board.
Oh, Gordon, I am sorry that I was so cheeky.
Oh, that's all right, Thomas. You made me laugh, you know, and, well, it did me good, you see, because I'm in disgrace, you know, and, well, I feel a bit low.
Oh, but I'm in disgrace too, Gordon.
Why, So you are, Thomas. We're both in disgrace. Look, shall we form an alliance?
An ally, what was it?
An alliance, Thomas. United we stand, together we fall. You help me, and I help you. How about that?
Oh, right you are, Gordon.
Good. That's settled then.
And buffer to buffer, the Allies puffed home. Paint pots and queens. The stations on the line were being painted. The engines were surprised. They asked the painters why the stations were being painted.
Well, because the Queen is coming. So there.
The engines in the shed were excited and wondered who would pull the royal train. Edward knew it wouldn't be him.
I'm too old to pull important trains.
Gordon knew it wouldn't be him.
Well, I'm in disgrace. The Fat Controller would never choose me.
But James, the red engine, was confident.
Well, he'll choose me, of course. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it at all.
But Henry couldn't agree.
Choose you? Choose you? You can't climb hills. He will ask me to pull it, and I'll have a new coat of paint. You wait and see.
The days passed, and Henry puffed about proudly, quite sure that he would be the royal engine. One day, when it rained, Henry's driver and fireman stretched a tarpaulin from the cab to the tender to keep themselves dry. Henry puffed into the big station. A painter was climbing a ladder above the line. Henry's smoke puffed upwards in a big cloud. It was thick and black. The painter choked and couldn't see. He missed his footing on the ladder, dropped his paint pot, and fell, whoa, plop, onto Henry's tarpaulin. The paint poured all over Henry's boiler and trickled down each side, and the paint pot perched on Henry's dome. The painter clambered down and shook his brush at Henry.
Ah, you spoil my clean paint with your dirty smoke, and then you take the whole lot and make me go and fetch some more. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
The Fat Controller came pushing through the crowd.
Dear me. You look like an iced cake, Henry. That won't do for the royal train. Oh, no. I'm afraid that I must make other arrangements, yes.
And he walked over to the yard. Gordon and Thomas saw him coming, and both began to speak at once. Please, sir, I want...
Excuse me, sir, but I was thinking. Now, one at a time, please, one at a time. Now, what is it, Gordon? Well, sir, I just wanted to ask you if Thomas could have his branch line back again. I see. Uh-huh. And what do you want, Thomas?
Oh, please, sir, can Gordon pull coaches again?
I see. So that's it. Well, you've both been quite good lately, and you deserve a treat, so when the Queen comes, Edward will go in front and clear the line, Thomas will look after the coaches, and Gordon will pull the train. Oh, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you.
The great day came. Percy, Toby, Henry, and James worked very hard bringing people to the town. Thomas sorted all their coaches in the yard.
They're coming! They're coming!
Edward steamed in, looking smart with flags and bright paint. 2 minutes passed, then 5, then 7, and then 10, and then... Everyone knew that whistle, and a mighty cheer went up as the Queen's train glided into the station. Gordon was spotless, and his brass shone. Like Edward, he was decorated with flags, but on his buffer beam he proudly carried the royal arms. The Queen was met by the Fat Controller, and before doing anything else, she thanked him for their splendid run. The Fat Controller bowed and said,
"Not at all, Your Majesty. Thank you."
And then the Queen said to the Fat Controller, "We have read a great deal about your engines. May we see them, please?" So he led the way to where all the engines were waiting. Toby and Percy said,
"They're coming! They're coming!"
Henry and James said, "Shh!" But Toby and Percy were too excited to care. The Fat Controller told the Queen their names, and she talked to each engine. Then, as she turned to go, Percy bubbled over.
"Oh, I say, 3 cheers for the Queen! Hip, hip! Hip, hip! Hip, hip!"
The Fat Controller held his ears, but the Queen, smiling, waved to the engines till she passed the gate. Next day, the Queen spoke specially to Thomas, who fetched the coaches, and to Edward and Gordon, who took her away, and no engines ever felt prouder than Thomas and Edward and Gordon, the big engine.